little technical difficulties there in terms of my being able to get online. So I'm going to jump into some gameplay. I was thinking, did I want to do some preseason stuff, or I'll probably just do a random team against Buffalo. Philadelphia, this should be a good game. NFL launch playbooks. I'm interested to see what changes they make throughout the years with the playbooks. So right now we're just gonna play a little bit on All-Madden. Random commentary team doesn't really matter. And let's just go into the gameplay. Look, I might have to turn up the PA. So I didn't realize that they're going to be playing music and stuff. I'm not trying to get a copyright on these videos. First viewer, welcome to the stream. No, this isn't head-to-head. This is just against the CPU. I usually do play some head-to-head though. I might jump into it. So you'll be able to see what the new game looks like. Have any questions, feel free to definitely ask them. I'll do my best to answer them for you. Bunch quads. I think I'll use this a lot to talk through my mindset when playing the game. So bunch quads, I usually like to go with quarters. Oh, catch. That's one of the formations I actually don't like to really defend though, honestly. Where we at? Well, Buffalo, I usually like to play too high safety. Quarter, a lot of quarters, a lot of cover too. Just because of the speed of the defense, not really a fast defense. So, it's the easiest defense to keep everything in front. Pistol, weak flux. So here, over G. See if we can flip this. I'm thinking it might be a front side run. Nope, it's a pass. That's a pick. I shouldn't have tried. I should have let the computer make that play. When I play against the CPU, I try not to play heavily as a user. Just because it kind of makes it a little bit easier sometimes to make plays against the computer. Hopefully the my voice is louder than the actual gameplay voice. It's not the game volume isn't too loud. I might have to jump into a party because usually that helps drown it out a little bit. Let's see here. Looks like we might see some cover 2. So we might have Velda Scantley or Samuel. We'll have to see. Got him. One second. We're gonna jump into a party. Yeah. So hopefully this is better and you guys can hear me. But like I said, this is gonna be just me just talking through how I see the game, play the game and stuff on the offense and defensive end. So just looking at the placement of the corners and where they were backed off. There's 2 high safeties. Corners are playing low, so this is a good tell that it's cover 2. And this looks like more Tampa 2. You'd know that because of this middle guy here turning, dropping, playing the middle of the field. Tampa 2 or might be a cover 2 sink, one of the two. I probably could have fit that in here, but I know with either one of those coverages, the short middle of the field is open, so that's how I was able to get it in there. But yeah, I've played some online. I've been, it's been alright so far. So we're gonna change this to a run. I think we got some good space. Hopefully we get a good block here on the defensive tackle there. Good run. Second viewer, welcome to the stream. Thank you for dropping in. Don't forget to leave a like, comment on the video. Motion, let's see. This looks like it might be a little bit of man. Let's check it out. We're gonna see if we can get open with the tight end. Let's go. Welcome to the stream, third viewer. Appreciate you stopping by. If you got any questions about the game, please feel free to drop them in the comment section. Double team up. Here we go. Pretty easy score there. I think this might be a year that I might have to try to find sliders for this game, honestly. I'm not 100% sure, but from the few games that I've played on All-Madden, it doesn't really seem super challenging. Pro. So we're going to go over. We can go quarters, if I can find it. Might have to, we'll just go palms. Oh, that go cover too hard. This will work too. We're gonna shift. Let's see what they do. Front side run. Yeah. ISO. We're gonna make the play. Let's see what we got. Interesting play call there. Third and short. Bunch quads again. This is the second time we're going to this. Let's try, I still haven't found a way to really defend this bunch quads. This has been a formation I've struggled with for years, honestly. I've tried blitzing everybody, something like that. And that's the second time they went to that route too. I'll just maybe I have to man up or something. I'm not sure. I need to find a way to defend that better. Drop down, wrap. He's looking to run. Get him. Empty base. Again, empty base, I usually like to run a little bit of cover 2 with dropping the defensive end. You wouldn't think cover 2 would be able to defend that, but it does a pretty good job, as you can see. So if there's anyone who goes vertical, all the defensive backs should carry, even though this is a quick pass, so you won't see it here, but it's kind of like a disguise of man coverage when you go Tampa 2. When you have these guys in soft squats, they'll take the defenders deep, but do safeties, and the middle linebacker here playing the middle. So even though it is cover 2, which is the 5 defenders underneath, you still disguise it into like a cover 3 look with the linebacker. Here we go, good tackles. Full house. This is making me think that it's going to be a run play. We'll see though. Yep, exactly what it is. He still got it. It's all good though. At this point, just trying to hold him to 3. I think Philly should actually be pretty decent this year. Their offense is going to be very good, I feel. Let's see. Front side. Looking for a front side run, maybe, no, they might go to that same play again. He was, like, open. Way to get there, Von Miller. If I can, too, I know I'm pausing a lot, but it will allow me to help you guys understand, like, again, like, what I'm thinking defensively. So, one thing I also try to do is get a jam on one of the receivers, whoever it is. In this situation, since he was open on the last play, I want to get hands on him. This allows for our cornerback here to get in better position, and it also messes up the timing with the quarterback as well. As you see, they probably were going to go back to that same play, but he doesn't really have time to have the play develop with Von Miller rushing like that. We're going to stay with our 2 shell. Go with the cover 3 seam. I like cover 3 in this situation because that nickel cornerback will run with that second receiver like it's man coverage. It's something that they didn't do last year, so I'm happy that they fixed it for this year. I'm assuming that cover 3 is going to be one of the better defenses in this game this year for online play. Missed field goal. Let's see, because they got pretty decent pass rush, pretty decent secondary. We're gonna try to pop a screen in here. Got it out. Follow the blocks. Good run there. Let's see what we're looking at here. Maybe cover 3. I'm looking. So we might have Cook here in the middle, but we're also gonna look at that 2 outside. We'll just hit Cook here in the middle, make it easy. Second and 2, we have a lot of options. I think we're just gonna go with the inside zone. Spread the defense out. Hopefully we have just the linebacker in the middle. Nope, 2 linebackers. So if I was online, I probably would audible out of this and put Knox on like a flat route or something and have Coleman go deep. But I don't do all that when I'm playing offline because, you know, it's the computer, so. Just in case they were in a 2-look. If they were in a 2-look, I'll have those 2 options. That route to the flat as well as that deep route. But I'm on All-Madden, so it won't show me what they did. So let's see. If I... No, they were in man, so it would have been an easy throw to the flat if I did do that. Let's see what we have here. I'll go read option. Let's see this. I shut down that front side. Let's go trips here. This is one of the more powerful formations in the game. Playing the few games that I have online, a lot of players are running out of this formation. It's a lot you can do out of this. So it's a powerful formation for obvious reasons. It's always a powerful formation. It's a powerful formation last year too. So not too surprising. Gotta catch that. Third down is 7. Let's see. Looks like we might get some man coverage here. Hopefully we can get Coleman across the middle or Hambler if he can break free. Got him. A good high-low read there. No one took him underneath, so it was an easy completion. Just had to make a move. I can say for those who have been playing NCAA, the jet touch pass has been one of the stronger plays in the game. It's not as strong at Madden. The pursuit angles are a lot better, and just I feel even though as I get a good gain on that run, they defended a lot better, I feel. Okay, I actually don't like what I was about to do. So we're just going to go front side with the PA rollout. Hopefully we're going to look Cook, Kincaid, Morris, but we'll see what's open. We'll just go to our first option here. Thankfully that was Josh Allen. A lot of quarterbacks aren't going to make that play. That's going to be a huge loss. New kicking meter. You do have the option to still use the old kicking meter. I just turned it on for, again, offline gameplay. But probably will use the old meter just because it's easier to use for the online gameplay. Empty streak. So again, we're going to go back to Tampa 2 here. Go get him. Let's go. So, again, guys, if you are looking for a defense um to defend against empty, of course you can go man, but Tampa 2 is a good option. As you see, everything is pretty much covered. He does have this short window here, but this is just about making tackles and stuff like that. But in reality, he's covered. So everyone's covered. So this is good defense. Good defense. There are some tight throws, like as you see. Let's see here. Looks like these guys might break open, but those are tight throws to make. And the cover too. Screen. Ah, I got picked up. I feel like defending the screen is easier defending the screen either outside in or inside out. Straight up like that, it's kind of hard to do it. Short, yeah. At some point, I mean, the AI has gotten better, but I hope that the start to improve the AI over the years. You kind of know at times what they're gonna do. So it definitely makes online a great option if you want to get a variety of gameplay. But you can still get some good gameplay offline as well. Let's see what we're looking at. It's definitely giving me zone vibes. Look like I might go to look for Cook. If not, Knox, Samuel, one of those two should be open, or Valdez Scantling might open late. Seeing that there's two people there, I didn't see him, but it looks like I would assume that he would have had to been open. Tight throw, but he would have had to been open. I know that I knew I can get it in there, so that's why I do that one. Let's see. Let's get the first down, Cook. Let's get the first down. Let's see, we're gonna go with a screen here. Also, trying to stay aware of the clock as well. We want to make sure we get some points on this drive. That's good defense. I saw that. All right, we got to get going a little bit. Let's see, what can we run here? Let's go with this levels. So Kincaid is probably like my number one option. I like him as the isolated guy. Oh no. No, it was a tight throw, but let's see. Let's go with this angle route. Angle play here. This looks like it might be some zone as well. Oh, what was that? Well, might have been quarters. I'm thinking. Back ISO. Blitzing right from the left side here. That safety. Hopefully he doesn't affect the play. He does. I probably should have made him the target focus on that play, but it's all good. That's a tight throw. That's a bad throw. I kind of rushed that. Yeah, we're not going for the field goal. I actually do kind of like this draw play. I don't know though. This is one of those 50-50 plays because it's a draw. It's a RPO, so it's a draw. That's the run, but there's also options on the outside too. So it kind of depends on what this player here, what the M does. If he rushes, we're gonna quick to veil that scantly. But if not, we're gonna probably run it. Oh, I did not expect him to do that. I thought he was rushing. Bad pass. We get no points. Bad offense. I could have swore he was rushing. Wow, he dropped back. Yeah. This was just a bad. This is bad. Even if I tried to run, for whatever reason, I didn't block the inside guy. Whatever though, it's all good. Was my guy. They're gonna probably get 3 this drive. That kind of pisses me off, but it's all good though. Wow. We're gonna try to get hands on 80 here and get back to where we need to get to. Yeah, I didn't feel like I would have to put a spy on him, but it looks like I might have to. I'm gonna go back Tampa 2. Because he's got a lot of yards running so far. That's fine. At this point, it's as long as we don't give up a touchdown, we're good. Tight. Back you up. Press you. There we go. I'm gonna go 3 seam. He's wide open. It's good though, it's fine. I'm gonna go for it. No timeouts, so we can get a sack here or tackle and bounce. That would be perfect, but not that. That is not the way you end a half, guys. It's bad defense. Yeah, they're telling me to. We're just gonna kneel this one out, go into halftime. It's unfortunate play at the end of the half for our offense. We were driving the ball fine. Should have probably. I wasn't taking the points. I knew I was gonna go for it. I probably should have just called another play though. You can skip all this. None of this is really relevant. Back on offense. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we're looking at. Hopefully Knox, Samuel, Scantling is what I'm looking at right now. None of them. Not good. Not good. This is probably cover 3 seam, so we'll see what we got here. There's some type of cover 3. Let's take underneath. Wow, that's a bad pass. That was late on that. And just like that, it's tied up due to a late throw. Not good. Good return. There we go. There we go. Start. Go. A little bit conservative after that last drive. Go back screen. Oh, jeez. Let's see how they defend this. I'm gonna go man. Good catch. Alright, I'm gonna go back inside zone. Hopefully we get some blocks here. We've not really been getting a lot of things. Okay. And 19. Oh, have you are you on PS5, Christian? Oh, you mean the PS4 version of Madden 25? Which one are you talking about specifically? PS4, yeah, I can definitely understand that for sure, bro. Because the PS4 version of 25 this year is pretty much the same as 24. Like from the literally almost everything. The new kickoff rules aren't in. The only thing that's really changed is the rosters, the players, and the they have some of the updated uniforms. Yeah, definitely the kickoff stuff is gonna have to be they have to get used to the kickoff returns for sure. I'm kind of interested to see how teams are going to strategize for that. Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what teams are going to do. All right, we're moving the ball a little bit. Hopefully we can get this guy on the edge blocked and find Knox or Samuel. Depending on what he does, he blitzes. Able to find. Oh, he dropped it. Okay. All right, let's see if we can power this one in. No huddle. Yeah. Good block. Let's go with he's actually I don't know, we'll see, man. They got a tough interior line here. Hopefully we can get some movement. Let's see how they defend this. Well, go Josh, go Josh. There we go. Had to redeem myself from that pick six last drive. Let's see. Good tackle. 28, way to stop him there. All right, defense. We definitely have to step up and make a play this drive. We got this guy with his X Factor. All right, there we go, defense. This is probably that. Oh, no, they didn't. Make the tackle. Here we go. In short, we're going to go with... I wish there was a... We're going to go cover 2 hard. No. Hopefully they're not in that bunch formation. They went that bunch formation a couple of times already. Got some good yards off of it. Nope. Okay. So here, I'm still comfortable going with that. We'll go with contain. What are these at? Clouds, hopefully. We're gonna play the sticks. This might be a run. Nope. They go for it. Short though. Oh, that's the guy who was open. That's what happens when you play the sticks. And not rush. That's all good though. I think they're gonna run it here. Motion. Yep. Here we go. We've been slowing down the run. It's just slowing this passing game down now. Play action. This guy's wide open. Alright, close. If I was playing against a user, I'd know that a reverse would be coming. But CPU doesn't really run that play. I should have known that. That's one of the staple plays out of that. This is probably either going to be bench or mesh or something. Those are the two main plays. So we have to get something underneath. Where is... I'll come in the wrong defense. What did they give me? Yeah, we would have went cover 4. Hopefully this is palms. That's what I would want to run against this. And it wasn't. This guy's literally just wide open in the back of the end zone. Alright, we got a little game here with the computer. This has probably been the most competitive game that I've had so far. The other ones have been pretty wide open. But again, I try not to audible and hot route all against the computer and stuff like that. Because obviously you can kind of see what defenses the computer. I mean, see what they're doing defensively, and you can put up a lot of points pretty easily. So, but then again, they do have a good defense too. Philadelphia has one of the better defenses in this game. I can't say that too. Let's see. Hopefully Hamler clears them out and one of them two can pop open. We'll see. Got him. Go base here. Yeah, running the ball this year, at least against the computer, I haven't really had that much success running. Running the ball's kind of been hard this year. I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what we have here. Hopefully we can get this screen to pop open depending on what they're in. They can get a block on that inside guy here if he's not rushing. Nope, it's definitely not there. Probably should have audibled out of that. Probably would have audibled out of that. Let's see. Try to keep it away from the defender there. He didn't get hit or didn't throw an interception. Okay, let's see what we're gonna go to. We need 10 here. All right, good catch, Knox. Gonna run a little bit of mesh ourselves. Hopefully one of these guys can pop open. Let's see. Got him. Here we go, Knox. We're just gonna hand this off probably. Even if it is a key to where I can pull it, I'm probably still gonna hand it off because the extra guy's there. But it wasn't. It was the handoff. So for those who don't know, for the PS5 version, the option keys are opposite now. So instead of holding it down, holding X down to hand the ball, you actually hold X down to pull the ball, which and it's been backwards all this time, but it does take some getting used to. So to hand the ball off, you don't press anything, and X will actually pull the ball out, and that's just for the PS5 version, for those who don't know. So I saw the key here, and some of the keys are a little bit different. They have different read keys or read key animations this year. So I've seen him not committing to the running back, him still staying. So we handed it off here on this read option, and easy walk-in touchdown. Now we just need our defense to make us play. All right. I'm going to go palms here. So hopefully they defend that better than what they did the last drive. And they run the same exact route. What is going on? That safety over there is struggling. against that. But that's the route that you go. That's the route that you should run against that, honestly. Because that inside guy is taken by the safety. But let me see if he did. What happened here? He shouldn't just. So this guy, in reality, this is why I usually play on this guy. This guy should have gotten some kind of hands on him, so he has enough time to. Since obviously safeties aren't really known for their man coverage, I'm not sure why he ran inside like this. He should have just took his read steps back, but in reality, he should get hands on him. And he should read what he's doing. And seeing that he's going vertical, he should know that he has him. He kind of just like gave up the leverage that he had and like let him just get an easy completion there. It's just not like how it's supposed to go, but it might also be because of the shell I'm in, so that might not be helping. I kind of stayed in that 2 shell. See if we can confuse the defense here, which we did not. Against Deuce. I don't know, man. I feel like a play should be coming out of this cover 4. We should be getting some kind of play to be had. Those are short. Go to 4-2-5. Okay, they're starting to pick up on it though, so we're gonna audible out of this to cover 3. He doesn't. Why are we in? Okay. Let's go. Try to get the stop here on the run. Let's see what they do. Oh, wow. I was not expecting that. That's a good play call. Just as I was saying, the computer is pretty easy. We are in a game. We're in a freaking game, man. Maybe it's just the teams I was playing that we just weren't that good. There we go. Good return there. We're gonna go slot flood. So while I was running this online, I'll probably in reality do something like this and have everything flow to the right side. But we'll just keep it how they have it. I'll probably switch that post to a deep end as well. Because that deep end would have gotten open. I don't know. Just something about the post on that specific play. It seems like they run it into the defense instead of breaking free to get open. Even though it's not really a read. It's more of the front side is more of the read with the flood concept. But, you know, that backside post or that backside end when it's audible can get open as well. Get out of there, Josh. Get out of there. Get down. Way to hold on to the ball. We try to slide down. This is also a real good route online, too. Samuel's route usually I turn into like a dragger in as well. Maybe make Coleman's route a little bit deeper, a deeper in, so I can have those levels on the backside. How's it so far? It's pretty good. I was able to play it I was able to play the beta version as well, so it's kind of similar to the beta. Some of the stuff was cleaned up that I think collectively people didn't like. I feel one of the things that people were discussing was the hit stick. It's kind of hard to get hit sticks from the beta, but overall it's pretty solid. It's a lot. It feels a lot different than NCAA. It's like a lot slower, I would say. And any similarities? Is it similarities? Interesting question. Say it feels a lot slower than NCAA. The movement doesn't feel as, how do I want to put it? Like I feel in NCAA, like sometimes the players don't feel like they're weighted. You can kind of um, like how do I want to put it? You can kind of like move in and out of. You can kind of like move in and out of the line of scrimmage and on the field and stuff. I feel like you can do it, but it's not as dramatic as it is on NCAA. Passing, I feel like is easier, but that's just more because of just the quarterbacks are better than on NCAA. But the defense is tighter on Madden than it is on NCAA. At times, it feels like defense is almost impossible to play on NCAA. So, kicking is also, even with the new kicking meter, is easier on here because the kickers are a lot more composed, and you don't really see the actual the arrow. You don't see it like going crazy. Like it stays steady and stuff. So we'll see if we make this. I should only need it a little bit. So. Yo, that'd be crazy if I missed this, though. To go into overtime. Here we go. Jeez. So overall, I think both games are a little bit different. I think NCAA and or college football, I should say. I think they're different in their respects. Wide right. Wide right. That'd be crazy. I think they're different in their own respects. But I also think that it's EA football, so there are their similarities too, in terms of like the better routes, some of the defenses that work, they transfer over, stuff like that. Personally, I do actually think that Madden 25 is pretty decent. We'll see though. You never know. Throughout the years, of course. I mean, throughout the year, and just the years of just playing Madden, you know that the game's gonna get patched and touched and stuff. But currently, at its current status, it's pretty decent. But I don't know. You have to ask me a little bit later in the year how it's gonna be. But right now, it's pretty decent, I'll say. It was a pretty tough game there. A little tougher than what I expected. We'll play. Actually, we'll be on the road, but we will play against Jacksonville, or we'll play as Jacksonville against. We'll play against a team with some new jerseys. I know that's something that a lot of people like to see. Who has new jerseys this year? I know they do. I'm probably not gonna play against Green Bay though. But I know they have their current color rush jerseys in here. The Broncos, that's the team I was thinking about. They have new jerseys. So we'll play against them. I wanted to see something with this. Okay, yeah. I thought so. Okay. Alright. We'll jump into this. My first time playing with Jacksonville, so we'll see how this goes. Lower this down to 5 minutes. But yeah, overall, Bad 25 is pretty solid. I don't know. I feel like with Madden, especially with the newer ones, if you like the, it's like if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you're not gonna. It's not gonna like Madden 25. If you didn't like 24, you're not gonna like 25. I feel it's just like how it is. I'd say. I think that in terms of like the direction I think they're trying to go with the game, they're trying to kind of gear it more to like how it was back on the PS2 in terms of like making the game a lot more user demanding when you're playing online and stuff. But you know, it is what it is. You're gonna have people who love Madden, people who hate Madden every year. So each year I think it's getting better and better, if you ask me. But you know, you're still gonna have people who don't like it. I think sometimes it also comes from people not understanding the game as well, that it's changed and stuff. Like there's a lot more nuances than when, you know, you've had players who've played like since the PS2 and the PS3 days. There's a lot more nuances in the game that I feel if you haven't kept up with the game, you might wonder why certain things happen or certain things don't happen, I'll say. Okay, so it looks like we're in some zone. Move you down a little bit. We're still going to try with this stretch play here. There we go, ETNs. Step up. We'll pick up our quick 7 there. Nothing was open. Stay here and strong. They probably have they do. Some kind of play action. We'll give him a jump ball opportunity. Oh, he just missed him. What the heck? That was where it had to be. He just missed him. Okay, we need to get him blocked. I know M is the mic, but the way I view it is this is the most important player who needs to be blocked. On a run plays, at least. But like even something as simple as that, like the fact that you can highlight who the mic is, like if you don't know that and you're having trouble running the ball, you might think that running is broken, stuff like that. So like let's say I wanted to ID, and depending on who you ID, it's going to, I won't do it on this play because it's an RPO, but depending on who you ID is going to change the running lanes. I want to do it on a actual running play. I'm gonna run the same play, not twice in a row, but I'm gonna run the same play to show you guys. So first we're gonna ID this guy, and the hole should be between the guard tackle. I mean between the center and guard tackle. Then I'm gonna ID it somebody. I'm gonna do the same exact play, and not the next play, but as you see, they kind of made it a priority. They didn't double team him, kind of ask him, but they made it a priority to make sure that this guy was blocked. This was the guy had them ID, and he got up to the next level. But they could have easily just double teamed them up to the second level. So I'm just gonna run any play, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like when you ID somebody else. Good run there. I didn't want to. Hopefully, was it this one? I didn't want to run the same play twice because the game has logic to where it picks up when you run the same plays twice in a row. Let's ID this guy and see what changes, if the total changes or not. So this is just a different way to get different running lanes. So you see, I ID'd number 5, and they doubled up that play, and he wasn't ID'd, and he was doubled here, and they were able to get to the second level. So with ID the mic, it just helps you create different running lanes, I would say. So instead of this guy, because this guy probably should have, if I ID'd somebody to the inside, he would have blocked number 55. But since it was somebody to the outside, they're gonna create the running lane the opposite way because I ID'd to the left. Just a quick tip for you guys if you didn't know that. Also helps a lot in the passing game too. If you have somebody who's blitzing you a lot, or if you see a specific blitzer come, it pretty much tells the offensive line to block that player if he's coming. Another thing, if you guys see the flames, for anyone who is unfamiliar, what the flames tell you is those players are going to be unblocked if they come. And you have to be aware of that. They're technically called hot players. The player is hot. So, quick throw here. Kirk, good blocking. Get me in there. Get me in there. Typically with those hot players, you'll have a route, a quick route to get yourself open. So you want to usually either have something down the seam, run a drag, run a slant, something that's quick. But you don't want it to be predictable, because if you're playing online, or a team is going to know that that player is coming hot, and they'll have a counter for that. It's a little bit different online because players can move players to that position to replace that player who's blitzing, and they don't always do that in real football. It won't happen as dynamic as it does in Madden. Okay, so we're looking at this. Let's see what this team. Always like to see what kind of team this is. So I'll go over to look man and zone coverage. So a team like this, I would say they don't really, aside of the top guy, they can play both man, and there's not really a strength, I would say, between man and zone coverage. Another thing you want to look at, defensive secondary, you want to look at their play recognition. This is going to help them identify what routes they are defending. So if you ever wonder yo, this guy's just ran it in and he didn't react to it, this is the reason why, because play rec. That and how you shade your defender. So here, anytime I see trio or something like this, I think it's going to be stick. Sometimes I'm wrong, but the majority of the time I'm not. That's exactly what they run. So this is a step that I think that they should change, because a lot of the AI is the same over the years. This is something that's been in Madden since PS4. Most of the time when you see this trio formation, you're going to see stick, which is a stop or an outright, a stop or a quick out route by him, depending on how he defends him. He runs the out here, since this is man coverage. He also runs the out as well. This guy runs a streak or a clear out route, and this backside guy runs the slant here. And this slant always gets open, but it got open on this play because I accidentally switch sticked. So, but the computer every time they always look for this route, because the majority of the time it's open. So I tried to put an emphasis on defending that guy specifically. But for whatever reason, sometimes they still do get open. When I see something like this, I would think either run inside or slants or something quick as well. But because I'm also who I'm playing against, a rookie quarterback, a lot of his offense is going to be quick offense. They're not going to really have him push the ball downfield, I don't think. We're going to guess this is a run. Here we go. One thing I can say, they did do a better job this year with having more run plays in the offense. That was a huge thing for Madden last year. I felt like they threw the ball like the majority of the time. Playing against the computer, they threw the ball a lot, too much. Like 75% of the time they were throwing the ball. Which is a crazy split. Okay, what do we want to go into? Drive. Maybe we have Kirk on the front side. If not, we're gonna read this backside drive. I like this in. Well, I do not like this in. He didn't break free. He's supposed to get under that. I probably had the drag underneath wide open, but I like that matchup better. I didn't think he was gonna be stopped right there, but I'm assuming the drag was wide open. Nope, it wasn't actually. I didn't have to force that in there like that. Probably was pass interference, in all honesty. But yeah, the ends this year, deep ends are going to be powerful routes. Even though he got in the way of that, I'm telling you, ends are like one of the best routes in the game this year. Zach, and that's a flag on me. That's so stupid. I didn't touch a dude though. That's a do something with this illegal contact thing. Like, they wouldn't call this. I probably should have stepped up so they didn't call it, but that's so dumb. Running back. Gotta be careful. Be careful around defending those players. Down here, we're gonna go. Where is it at? Actually, we're gonna go cover 3 and then just switch it. Wait. Oh man, they might get some yards on this. They didn't though, thankfully. That's more because of the quarterback though. Empty. Again, like I said, empty. This might not be the best idea in the red zone, but we're gonna go. Ross, what's going on, man? Long time no talk, brother. I hit you on Insta, but I don't know how often you're on there. I probably should have messaged you. Probably should have hit you on Twitter, because usually you're, or X now. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Been super busy. Been a super busy summer, but all has been well, man. How's everything going with you? I knew I'd see my boy in here eventually. That's good, man. That's good. You have you played any college football yet? I know you had your teams that you were looking to play with and stuff? And if so, have you been able to check out any of the teams or how you feel about the game or from what you've seen? If you plan on picking up Madden this year, you know, let's run through the gambit of questions. Oh, here we go. Here we go, Bigsby. Drop the shoulder. Oh, here we go. ETNs. Let's see what we have here. Drive crosser. Outside leverage. Let's see. Maybe we can get one of these 3 crossers to open up. If not, that's fine too. Drop it underneath. Let's see that console. Do you have a preference one over the other, Madden or college football? I know a lot of people are enjoying college football just because of the faster gameplay, and they're not really a fan of the speed and the movement of Madden. I was lucky enough to be able to play the beta, so I was familiar with how the game was gonna play, but I feel like both games could benefit from each other. I would say, like, I like the physics in Madden a little bit better. You don't really see the craziness as you do in college football. Like, you might see like a power running back running over defensive tackles because he's a power running back. I mean, it probably does happen in Madden, but it definitely doesn't happen as often as you would see it in college football. But in college football, once they get the wear and tear stuff down, I think that could be beneficial to Madden. Yes, 25 definitely feels better than 24. I agree. For sure. Me, myself, I've always been a college football guy. But I think I do like the way Madden feels better than college football. College football doesn't feel bad. It's just sometimes it's just the player movement and stuff. It's not it's not super realistic at times. It's gotten better with the last patch. Like, you're not seeing people just spin and juke themselves all the way down the field and stuff. But I'm definitely more of a fan of the movement in Madden. But it's nothing wrong with the people who like that style of gameplay. Not everyone are fans of that, I'll say. Which is nothing wrong with that. It's just not my preference. I got switch sticked. It's all good though. I definitely think that it feels better than 24 though. I will agree with you with that. Which is surprising because I felt before playing the 25 beta, I thought 24 felt pretty good overall, and I thought in a lot of aspects it felt better than Madden 23. So I feel like each year they've been improving, and with the way that the games feel. It's going. Let me see. To be honest, I haven't even dove into the scouting stuff at all. So, yeah, I would assume though, and that's the exact reason why I haven't, because I just feel like it is going to be extremely tedious like that. So, and there goes, like I was saying before, that trips. There goes that stick route. Stick again. He wasn't able to get hands on the inside tight end. But I don't want to defend this. Like, a lot of this stuff, like as a user, like you can take this stuff away, but I don't know, it makes playing against a computer not as fun. Like I already know what they're gonna run. It's up. I feel to my CPU player to make that play. I already know he's gonna run that stick route. But yeah, that's the exact reason why I haven't done it yet. Dove into the scouting stuff. Eventually, I will though. I will try it out to see what it's about. I know in years past, I've just let I have to see. I've like run some sim dynasties, but usually I let the CPU scout for me, and I just prioritize what players and positions that I need, and what style of players and positions I need, and that usually does the trick. But me doing it myself and going in and all that stuff, I haven't found the formula for it to pick the players that I want, and the players that will fit into the program. Like I feel like I did it 1 year in 14, and I ended up forgetting like to get offensive linemen because I seen a bunch of offensive skill players that I wanted. It was just like it ended up being horrible. You can't edit the narrative. Okay, I think that eventually will be in terms of editing the custom recruits. I think they're going to eventually put that in years later. I think I don't think it's going to be in this year, but I think that they have to find a middle ground for that. I'm assuming. I think I'll just read. I was looking at someone's comment on this because I was looking at a YouTube video and he was wondering the same thing. I feel like this year's kind of was like a test run for what they can do with the real players being in the game. I don't think that the NIL, I don't think that they wanted those players to be really touched at all, and because of the whatever negotiations they had with the players. You can do how the like right. They might pick that. Usually they do. Right. Not the players never. So yeah, I think that's just NIL. I think they'll find a good middle ground with those players after, or the custom players or the fictional players. I think there'll be a middle ground to where you will eventually be able to customize those players and create players and all that stuff. I think this is just the first year test run to see how it works out. But I don't know. I feel, even though I like the game, I do feel like it feels a little bit rushed, even though it was delayed a year. It does still feel like the game is incomplete. Like it's a few things that I thought would be in the game that isn't. That was in NCAA 14. But then again, I'm also looking at it from two perspectives. One, I do think that the stuff should be in the game, but then in the same breath, I understand that it's a first year title, we'll say, quote unquote, in a sense, on me talking. I'm not even paying attention, but I understand it's a first year title too. So for the PS5 and stuff, so I'm 50-50 on it. Like it's like little things like I feel like Dynasty can be a little bit more in depth in terms of like the stories and the stuff that goes on in there, as well as little things like greatest games, like when you have like really good games against your user or computer. There's no there's no way that you can record that, and that was something that was big for NCAA 14 and just the NCAAs in general. Something that's real small that you wouldn't think about, but there's definitely some really good games that you have that you might want to go back and see. I know they used to have that in the games as well. So stuff like that. But I don't know if that was just something that they intentionally left out, or if it was just they wanted to get the product out because they know that they were a year delayed, as well as the people just been asking for the game. College football has definitely just been, give me this, been been gone for many years, and people just wanted the game out. So down added in there, especially with the players, the players after. Yeah, the players who are the fictional players in the game. I do see in years to come us being able to edit them, because it doesn't really make sense for us not to be able to edit them. Like the real life players, okay, that makes sense, but dynasty recruits, all that stuff. People want to be able to create their players. People want to be able to get, even if it's something to where it's like none of the players can be, because one of the things that I wanted to see was the draft classes being put into NCAA for Madden, but that didn't make it. So give me that. Oh man, that's unfortunate. He's I didn't know that. What did he get hurt in preseason or Vikings? Right, Vikings. He got drafted too. What's it? Yeah, that's unfortunate that he's gonna miss his whole rookie season. I'm assuming it's due to an injury. I admit I only caught a little bit of the preseason training. Yeah. He's definitely done for the season because of that. Yeah, anything with the knee, I definitely, even if it was less serious, if it wasn't torn, I would still, if it was me and that was my franchise quarterback, I would still sit him out, because when it comes to the knee injuries, that's not anything to mess with. Dang, that's unfortunate. Who's gonna who they have, who are they gonna have at quarterback then if it's not him? Yeah. Yeah, I noticed that he didn't play during our preseason game, so that's interesting. Honestly, I don't even think that he came here to play receiver. Oh yeah, Sam Darnold should be okay. He should be viable for this year. Probably unfortunate for Justin Jefferson. He probably feels like his career is being wasted with all these quarterbacks that's throwing him the ball. Yeah, he is for sure. He's gonna get a lot of touches. Safety valve for them. But the Vikings will be okay, I think. Let's make a play, ETNs. That's how we got you the ball. It's okay. Hurry. Inside zone. Left. Yeah, but you guys got Josh Jacobs. So I felt like that was a pretty I mean, if there was one running back, one situation where you lost one player for another, I don't think that you guys did too bad. Picking up another running back. I feel like Josh Jacobs, he's gonna have a huge season this year for you guys. I think actually that division in general is gonna be one of the more competitive ones. I think that's gonna be a very competitive division, for sure. Let me see. Let's go, ETNs. Get me in there. Get me in there. Yeah, for sure. I think just, and even just the presence of him being there, I think, and him being a run threat, he can catch the ball at the backfield too. Um, it's going to open up, I think it's going to really open up that Packers offense for sure. Both of the outside guys, Dobbs, what's his name? Dobbs, Watson, I think both of them are going to find themselves within a lot of one-on-one coverage this year. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that definitely. Just anytime that you have a threat of a running back in the backfield, you have to teams are gonna have to respect that. Oh, we almost caught the what the heck? Yeah, teams are gonna have to respect that. I know we played against the Raiders last year, and he got off to a pretty decent start, but for whatever reason, they just stopped giving him the ball. Like Reed, yeah, probably too. Jones, yeah, he had some weapons. Jordy Nelson, I remember him. Yeah, Rogers back in the air. He had some weapons, man. Was that I remember they had Ty Montgomery too. Was that era too, or am I thinking a little bit after Jennings? I can't think they had a decent running back around that time too. I can't think of who he is now. He's slipping my mind. I feel like they had a little squad there. They had a little squad for sure. That was like and Jones. Was that like 20? I'm thinking 2010. Was that their Super Bowl year? That receiving core. I can't think who their running back was, but I think I liked their running back too. He was pretty decent around that time. It was right before Aaron Jones came. Let's say, was he number 25? Oh, it's a little bit later. Lacey, Cobb, Starks. Oh yeah, Grant over here. I remember Starks. Actually, Starks came from Buffalo, and was that Ryan Grant? Lacey. Lacey was so unfortunate, man. I thought that he was going to be so much better than what he was. Um, but I know he's having the issues with his weight and stuff. I expected him to be so much better though. But yeah, they had their offense was solid. They had a solid offense. So yeah, I think that even this year they're gonna light up the league with that offense. And what's his name? Jordan Love, he definitely learned a lot from Aaron Rodgers and sitting behind him. I was watching this one YouTube video and they have him making a lot of the plays that he made like they were like literally identical plays. So yeah, he's gonna be a stud. I think he's gonna have a breakout year this year, and he's just gonna keep ascending up. Let's see what we have here. Right, it really was because he was before the season. It was definitely in the air. Like I don't know if people expected the Packers. I know last year it seemed like the NFC North was like up in limbo. You kind of didn't know who was going to break out. 'Cause I feel like they had a lot of the Packers had a lot of turnover last year with the players like coming in and out. Um, but Jordan Love stepped right into that position, and he thrived. So yeah, this that's why I think this year that division is going to be one of the more competitive divisions for sure. You have the Lions who are going to be solid. I think they're going to be solid. The Bears and Caleb Williams, they look pretty decent in preseason against us and in that first preseason game. So we'll see what they do. And the Vikings, I feel like the Vikings is always one of those teams that they just hang around. They find a way to win games. However, they've done it all those years with Kirk Cousins. So I feel like they'll be with Sam Darnold. They'll be okay with him. He's like not a player that's gonna take them to the Super Bowl, but they'll win games with him for sure. Right. Yeah. So I think if they can keep games, if they can't keep games close, yeah, that's where they're gonna struggle. But I don't know, Vikings. I wouldn't count them out, but I do see them. If I had to guess, they're going to be 3 or 4. It's definitely going to be between Packers, Lions at the top of the division. Granted, everybody stays healthy, but I don't know. The Bears, they're going to be. I think the Bears are going to be all right. Defense solid. Is that the Packers? You talk about? I was even looking backside. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've had over the years. I think they've always had like that's been the one thing that's been pretty consistent. They've always had a pretty solid defense. They just haven't had a quarterback. They haven't had a quarterback that's gonna get them over that average, the average range. They've always been around that. Well, back then it would be like 8-8, 9-7. They can never like. They've always felt like that kind of team. Even when they I think the one year they had like they started out with a crazy record, but a lot of the wins they weren't really convincing. Like they were just winning the games, but they were winning, but it just wasn't anything that you felt was going to be sustainable over the course of over the course of the year. Right. Yeah. Packers too. I feel like the Packers they've I feel like the Packers over the years they've had really good defensive players. So that's part of it. And of course the scheme is the other part of it. If you can put those players in a scheme where they're comfortable, that's the second part of it. They did run a 3-4 for many years, for a lot of the years before. Well, and that like, of course, a lot of the teams are running, nickel defenses now, but I do know that they were a base 3-4 defense. With all the multiple receivers and stuff on the field. Okay, so I pulled that. I'm gonna have to go and see which RPOs are pulls and which ones are just regular handoffs. But it says read, so I figured you can pull it. Can't you? Can you pull this? You can pull this. I thought so. Click on. Right. Deep and a fast, very fast room. Like I know that Miami, um, of course they're gonna be like known to have like a fast wide receiver room, but but people who know the Packers, those players, they have some fast and some deep threats on their roster too. They have to be like the second fastest wide receiver group for sure. Obviously behind Miami. Yeah, that's one thing that yeah, team can't. You can defend it, but that's one thing. If your team, we got the speed. You got the speed. You can't really do anything about it. Not too bad. We might actually run a game with the Packers for you. Yeah, most yeah. Dumb fast. And they got somebody, and I feel like they just got. I mean, there's somebody else that is on this team too. And I was like, yo, how did they get him? I know that they got he used to play for this dude. He used to play at Auburn. He's another real fast guy too. I don't know if he's gonna make the roster or not, but yeah, they just loaded up on speed for sure. Just dang, look at this. This is crazy. Yeah, the Browns. Yep. He's number 19. How are we still wearing 19? Yeah, he was number 19. Over there. I don't think that he really got much playing time, but I'm wondering with the new kickoff rules if they're gonna find a way to use him that way. I played against this team online. This is probably like one of the worst teams to play against so far. Not fun at all. Not fun at all. And Ramsey, yeah. I think we'll see. We'll see. It's obviously going to depend on how Tua plays. Yeah, yeah. His new number from 19 or the 84 that he has on here. I know like it's still I don't know if the numbers are official yet on here. Because these are like preseason rosters. Actually, I don't think that these are even the preseason rosters yet. I think that these are, yeah, they got it. They got it right on here. Then, I think that these are the early preseason rosters, 10 and 19. Yeah. Claypool. Yeah. Yeah. These are the week. I think these are probably the pre-week 1 preseason rosters. You know, I wanted to see 90. Okay, I had to make sure that they changed his speed because on all the early builds, his speed was like a 72. Like they had his speed so low. Martavius Bryant. Wow, I haven't heard that name in years. What? I wonder if they have him on here. No way. Man, he was supposed to, when he was on the Steelers, I thought that he was going to be like the next big receiver. Him, it's just like it's so unfortunate to like see players like him, like Josh Gordon, like those players, like they were supposed to like break out and become like superstar receivers in the league, but Just does not happen, unfortunately. We're gonna run one with the Packers. Right. I didn't know that. Oh, you mean in Madden? Oh yeah, for sure. I can see that. Yeah. I wish there was like a way for you to, how do I want to put it? Like have a like off season training to like if you did want to do that, you can like have them go to like like training camp. I know it's they have it on 2K to where they have like drills and you can add weight to the players. Like if you can like do something like that to where you can add weight, I think that'd be pretty cool. Who we want to see? Not us. We want to go 49ers. Who do we want to see? What matchup do we want to see with Green Bay? But yeah, he definitely. I can see. If you want to transition him into tight end, especially with the way the league is now, he doesn't even have to really even be a. I'm surprised that they have them rated higher than them. Honestly, but yeah, I think that would be interesting to see that those players like that transition them into like how you were saying transition them into tight end and seeing like the way that the league goes now, he doesn't have to do that much blocking, so he doesn't really have to be like a inline tight end per se. He can be like a mismatch in the slot against linebackers and safeties and stuff. Good speed, good height, good hands. Even if his route running wasn't crazy like that, which he's pretty obviously a pretty decent route runner as well. So definitely could be a mismatch if he was moved to tight end. All right, we'll see, man. We'll see what these Packers. Touchdown. I'm surprised that they didn't. I didn't even know that he had that many catches. He must have. He must have got. Was he injured? 22 and 22. I thought that they would have found a way to. He's like a player who you can just get the ball, whether it's on jet sweeps, screens, in the return game. I feel like a player like that with that speed, you just have to like find a way to get him the ball. Yeah, he was out there. Ah. They have a pretty decent playbook too, actually. Let's see. This is what I think it is. We might have some action. Ah, it wasn't. Let's see, Reed Wilson, Musgrave. Not good. Not good at all. Yeah, they must. Also, a player like that, I feel like if a team doesn't, how do I want to put it? If they don't invest in him I think for the way that they might have utilized him was just for him to run deep routes and stuff. Like I feel like a player like that, you kind of have to invest him. You have to invest in him than being more than just like a deep threat. Like yeah, but he was on my team. I'll find a way to get him the ball, not as much as possible because everybody in the NFL is fast. I know like in Madden you can just like put him on a streak or whatever, but I would try to find a way to get him the ball as much as possible for sure. Within the scheme of the offense, obviously, because he had there was Nick Chubb was there, and there's a bunch of other players who was gonna touch the ball outside of him. Yeah, real fast receiver for sure. Like I feel like in that's why I don't know special teams. He's gonna make some, or he could make some noise in special teams now. Look at Justin Jefferson, dog. All right, we gotta also lock in here too. Yeah, that's one thing that you can't coach is speed. And with that speed, if he can just learn to become a decent route runner, like yeah, he could be real good. Concussion, yeah, I can, yeah. Especially now with the way that the hits are and stuff, they weren't gonna mess around with that concussion, the concussion protocol and stuff. All right, matter of fact, can I? No, I'm gonna have to wait. I wanted to pause and look at the rosters and stuff on this defensive roster. I feel like they got a pretty decent defense. Go short. There we go. Xavier McKinney. Yeah. With coach down there, yeah, he's gonna find a way to get all those guys on the fields. That's one thing I can say in terms of scheme. He can definitely scheme his players for sure. He can scheme his players to scheme that team up. It's all gonna be on the way Tua plays for sure. I feel it's all gonna be based on how Tua plays. If they're gonna, for the long haul, they're gonna make him is he gonna be the guy there? I don't know. We'll have to see. But wide receiver screen. I like a lot of these new plays they added in. Yeah, I'd seen that. I was actually on vacation when I saw that. It was kind of unfortunate. So I want to say it was like a car accident or something, like real unfortunate situation. That's why we gotta appreciate, we have to appreciate the time that we have here. You never know, man. Like I don't think anyone could have imagined like your dream making it to the NFL and something like that happens, or any dream for that matter. Not even just his just happened to be the NFL. Like it's so unfortunate, man. Like I was literally oh my gosh, I tried to throw that. I probably should have freeformed that. He didn't put that in the location I wanted him to. But I was on vacation and I was when I saw that I was like, yo, what the heck? We'll get right though. Good defense. I can see that. Isn't he hurt? Or what, isn't he hurt right now? Judon? I feel like that was like I want to say that was one of the preseason games I caught a little bit of. I thought they said that he was hurt, and they had like a so how do I want to put it? Like a lot of the stuff that he did individually, they had to compensate for that by blitzing a lot. I want to say that was one of the things that they talked about, that they were going to have to blitz a lot more to compensate for what he did individually in terms of creating pressure and creating pressure for them. I'm kind of interested to see how they play too. I think we're gonna have some rookie quarterbacks getting some playing time this year. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Spencer Rattler at some point gets some time to play. I think just because the way his time after Oklahoma was, I think people forgot how good he actually was. I think it just Caleb Williams went there. I mean, I think he like started to struggle, and Caleb Williams went there and played well before he went to USC, and they kind of just forgot like everything he did prior to that. There we go. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Spencer Rattler plays this season. Like if Derek Carr, if he doesn't get off to a good start, or their season's up in the air, I would not be surprised if they went to Spencer Rattler. I do think that he should become a pretty decent quarterback, I feel, in the NFL. If you ask me. Yeah. I didn't see Penix play. I think when I started watching that, I did watch a little bit of that game too. I think when he came in, I want to say, I think the third guy is Tyler Heineke. I think he was coming in when I started to watch that game. But from what I was looking at, just by his stats, I think that he played pretty well though when he was in there. Yeah, Caleb Williams is gonna, and a lot of these guys are going to play instantly. Yeah, I don't know. I think it depends on the quarterback too. Like it is kind of, in some situation, I do think that these younger quarterbacks can learn from a veteran quarterback. It just depends on the situation. But I don't think every quarterback should just be thrown into the fire. But it kind of is. That's how it is, though. That's how the NFL is. They don't really have situations where quarterbacks have time to develop anymore. It's the one make or break position, and the guy you have, please tackle this guy. Look at this. And the guy you have usually too is like the guy you have, even if it's not specifically your guy. It's not like a position like wide receiver or running back to where you can just like flip them. Like that's like your guy. You don't really have too many situations that's like how it was when Kyler Murray came in and they drafted Josh Rosen, and then right after situations like that, you kind of have to like stick with that guy for the long haul, however you draft him or whenever you draft him. It doesn't matter if it's a good or bad quarterback class either. Like, yeah, that's like the most important position, or one of the most important positions for sure. Definitely a position you don't want to get wrong because it could set your franchise back for years. As you can see, like a team like the Browns, they have not got their quarterback situation right in years. And yeah, you see how their situation is in terms of their quarterback situation. It's unfortunate because a team like that, so good defensively, they just need a quarterback. Same thing with the Jets too, before they got Aaron Rodgers. Another situation where good defenses, just no quarterback to really get them over the hump. Pretty much say the same thing for the Vikings too. Good defenses, no quarterback to get them over the hump. Oh man, I didn't see him. Shit. Zach Wilson, yeah. Zach Wilson, man, I never saw the hype with him, man. I never saw the hype with him. I'm surprised that, I'm surprised that he was picked as high as he was. Never saw the hype. He kind of reminds me of how I felt about Josh Rosen. Never saw the hype with him either. He's like touted and picked to be a lot better quarterback than what he was. And I think with another thing I don't like about Wilson, I just don't. He has a bad attitude, man. He has I don't think that he ever really took accountability for the way he was playing. I didn't really like that about him. Maybe talent wise, if he was now, I feel like he could have benefited from staying in what's it called? If he was able to sit behind Aaron Rodgers last year, and Aaron Rodgers didn't get hurt, and he didn't have to like go back and play for another season, like because he had flashes to where he played pretty well, but I don't know. He couldn't get it together. He couldn't get it together, and his attitude was shit. And that's not gonna, in like a locker room full of grown men, like that's not gonna work. Like it's not like college to where you can have like a shitty attitude, but you're the best player on the team, so it doesn't matter. Like that's not gonna fly in the NFL. Like everybody's good in the NFL. It's not like college to where you could play against some teams that aren't, gonna ever sniff an NFL field. Yeah, them too. Yeah, that's another situation where, what's up, B5? I'll get to your question in a second. That's another situation. The Steelers, where I feel like they felt like they probably had to pick Kenny Pickett because he was one of the top quarterbacks in the draft that year. But if they had a choice, they wouldn't have picked him. They would. They didn't. He wasn't going to be their guy. What is the biggest change that makes Madden 25 different? That's a good question. For me, I think that the movement, I think it moves better than 24. Um, yeah, the movement. I think that is the main thing. I'd say it moves a lot better than 24. The AI is a little bit better. One thing that I do notice is they target they put a like an emphasis to target their better players. I don't know, maybe they did that in years past, but that's something that I've noticed as well. Are two of the biggest things, yeah. Look at this. In terms of the physics, I mean the physics and the tackling in comparison to years past, I think that with them, if they're able to stick with it and expand on it, I think that can be better too. I like it better than 24 and what they've done in years past. But at the end of the day, as we know, I feel like with the way Madden's been since like PS3, PS going into PS4, if if you don't like those games, it's not gonna change. I don't think that someone's feelings toward them is gonna be different. I think that they decided to go a specific route at that time, and they just are continue to put building blocks on it. It's Madden. Like Madden, it's like it's not gonna ever. I don't feel like be at the what do I want to say, the detail. I'll say as like a 2K and stuff, but to me, I think it plays pretty well personally, if you ask me. But I'm also I can honestly say like I've always enjoyed the gameplay too. So yeah, Tyrod Taylor. I feel like with Tyrod Taylor backup, I don't know, man. I I feel like he plays a few games, he either gets hurt or they sit him down. So if Rodgers does go down again, that would be unfortunate for them. But I can definitely see the rookie getting some playing time for sure. Is he hurt in the game too? I have to check that. I'm about to. I'm gonna double check after this play. It might be a ratings thing. Let's see. They might have him higher rated. Nope, he's not. So they might have had him as the starter, um, going into preseason week one. I would assume after or going like next week. No, would it be next week? It's either gonna be probably next week. After the games next week is when they're gonna have another roster update. But I don't think that these rosters reflect um the games that happened this past weekend. Yeah. So mm, right. I forgot about that is right. Yeah, college football has gotten so interesting now because they missed the college football playoffs because of that. And yeah, that was a team that would have obviously made it in if he didn't get injured. So I don't know, college football, like what it was even 5 years ago, is so much different than the way it is now. I guess we'll see if it's for the better or for the worse. So yeah. I don't know. I would not be surprised if he if Rodgers goes down. Yeah, I can see him getting some time for sure. I can see him playing. Like if bridge quarterback was a definition, like you would see Tyrod Taylor there for sure. It's possible. He's like another quarterback. I was never high on Ryan Tannehill. I never saw it. Never saw it. He was another quarterback. Never saw it. And he was always like in even though I think Kirk Cousins was better than him, but he's always like that kind of a that's like the player he reminded me of. Like that mid to lower tier of quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins, like even though at times he was at the higher echelon, like a Matt Ryan type. You know, some people might not like that. Like those quarterbacks, I kind of would like put him on the tier of probably a lot lower than Matt Ryan, but like that tier of quarterback. But I mean, I guess if a team is I don't know. It's interesting about the situation like that, bringing in a quarterback because they would have to come in and learn the system. So I don't know. I guess I think it would depend on the situation for sure. Oh yeah, he's probably not gonna. I'll be surprised if he played at all this year. Then he's just getting out of the walking boot. But he hasn't had any football contact in a very long time. So, and just to jump into playing in the NFL, yeah, probably not gonna happen. So, yeah, right. Hopefully, with Richardson, he doesn't take as many unnecessary shots as he did his rookie year, and he learns to slide a little bit. Like I remember um, his first couple games, he's productive at times, but definitely not over 17 games. You're going to be able to take all the shots that he did and still be standing and productive. Ah. for this, believe it or not, I would not be surprised if he started this season. Would not be surprised at all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He's been a player, even with everything that the enforcement situation that happened with him. I didn't realize that. I put this on 8-minute quarters, but even with that situation, the reality is he's been in the defensive system for. He's been in the defensive system for multiple years. The safeties who are in front of them are actually injured or nursing injuries right now. So I would not be. He's definitely going to get some playing time, but I would not be surprised if he ended up being a starter for sure. I might have missed that. Oh no, I didn't. Would not be surprised at all if he was a starter. And I guess that even though injuries are not good in football, I guess that is one of the good things about our defensive secondary with Trey White and Hyde and Poyer being out for periods of times throughout the past few years. Our young secondary has been able to get some playing time, including him. Yeah, he has been. Yeah, I don't know, man. We'll just see. Our defensive secondary, even from our preseason game, they didn't look too good. But we'll see, though. There were some plays to be made that were not made, but it's still preseason, so I'm not too concerned. I'll say, I think it's just gonna take a gelling of everything. Everything's gonna have to gel together. I just don't know when it comes to the big games, the Patrick Mahomes, when they go up against our division opponents, how they are going to play. Like, our front seven is going to have to be huge this year to help them out, I feel. But I think defensively we'll be fine. And him, I would not be surprised at all if he ended up being a starter by the week 1. What was back? Another one of the biggest changes I can say too is the linebackers play the pass a lot better. Like, for whatever reason, well, not for whatever reason, but I didn't know this, but they stopped linebackers from jumping for many years. Like, they couldn't jump for interceptions. That they are able to jump for interceptions again. Like, I know that like a player like Fred Warner had the ability to jump for interceptions, but that is another thing that just the linebackers playing in coverage are a lot better. And the coverage right now is a lot better. But it's always hard to discuss the differences, especially when it comes to Madden in general, because you know that by even early September, the game is not going to play the way it is playing now. So I think Madden has a tendency to have the gameplay a specific way up until that point, and that's when they make the change, because you'll see a lot of people who will voice their opinions, oh, this is one of the better Maddens. Then that's when they will make the changes, and then throughout the year make changes in the game for better or for worse. So but yeah, quarterback play, I don't know, it's hit or miss. I definitely have seen them throw right to the defense at times. but I've also seen it with to where they don't seem like they know exactly uh, what you're doing defensively. So it's really a fine line on how they should program the quarterbacks, the AI quarterbacks. Yeah, who do you think stood out in your guys preseason? 23-10, it's not bad. Sheesh. Like my well, okay, okay. Like the way I think about preseason is I look and see what that first team how do I want to put it? Not necessarily how productive they are, but what they look like, I guess I'll say. Like can you see like the vision, like what the team is going to eventually look like? I didn't mean to do this. We'll call timeout. Then obviously the backup with the backup guys and stuff. You always want to see like who's gonna separate themselves, how they're gonna react to football situations. All right, let me read this a little bit. So I'm gonna look down. Musgrave. Nice. Those man, some, and then sometimes those sometimes the boys come ready. It just depends. Like that game against the Bears, they came ready to play. Everybody came ready to play. Like not, I don't really take I don't know. I don't think it depends on the situation. Sometimes I don't think that the preseason reflects on what your season's gonna look like. But you definitely want to see some good, I'll say. Like our interior, our line, that might like something like that was gonna I think is gonna transfer. Like you want to see those guys competing. Like that's the main thing. I want to see guys who are competing out there for preseason games. Really? That's high praise. That's high praise for the wide receiver there. That is very high praise. So you saying that about Wicks? Where do you think that he ends up before the season? Do you think that he does step into receiver one or two? Do you think that he's um, gonna find himself on the slot? Where do you think that he's gonna end up? in the end with 'cause I have NFL Plus, so I probably will go back and watch some of the preseason games I've missed. I've watched a few of them, a few of the condensed games, just to see what some of the players are looking like and stuff. Like I thought that one team I thought that was gonna come out to play, but they came out real flat was what's their names? Carolina, the Panthers. They didn't come out the way I thought that they would. I thought they would have came out a lot better than what they did. I remember that was one of the preseason games that I was watching on the replay. What's the name has a pretty decent young running back too. I think that might make the roster. The Giants. I can't think of his name, but he had a couple good runs. Watching it, Wicks and reading the slot. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're gonna have the real speedy guy in the slot. I don't know. We'll see, man. Wide receiver, and then the reason why that's actually could happen because wide receiver is one of the positions that does have that turnover. Like you can literally become a great wide receiver over like that. Or I won't even say become a great wide receiver, but you have the chance to become a great wide receiver overnight. Like it's not really it's not the skill positions aren't valued as much as they were in years past. Why are we not in the end zone yet? What the heck? You know what? We're not gonna run this again. I was watching Ben Kirk's videos, and I saw him run this, and I've actually ran this a few times, and it's worked. This fake QB rollout, and then going back the other way. Gets open. He just missed it. It's all good though. But I did. It's not bad. It's not a bad play at all. But like you said, it does get the defense going that way. He just missed the throw. It happened. So we're up a lot. So I'm not gonna complain. Let's see what's in there. I know his rookie year, I thought that he would have separated himself from the Alps, but that was one that I thought that they were both going to be good receivers. I just thought that he was going to be the better one, but not yet. Not yet. We're still waiting, Watson. I thought he had good size, good speed. I thought that they were going to find a way with him to that safety. Let's go. I thought he was gonna find a way to really break out, but it's still early. He's still early in his career, so we'll see. I must say that's a flag. Yeah, that's one thing we can't have, especially as him being a bigger receiver, fast receiver. If he can, if he can get over that and go up, grab balls and stuff out of the air, man, he can definitely be a threat, a huge threat for sure. Let's see, they're coming down. Paying attention now? I might have a read, depending on what Smith does. I think we do have him. Oh. Yes. Wait. Tyrone Tracy right out there. Damn. I wonder if that's the running back I was talking about. Hopefully that's not the running back I was talking about. I think that actually is though. I didn't know that he got injured that game. I was watching that one on condensed So I didn't see him come out. Oh, from practice. Damn. Yo, he was having a crazy preseason game. Just he was having a real good preseason game, first game. He was one of the players when I was watching that stood out to me. The Bears too. Whoever their third, I don't know if it's their third running back. He was having a good game too. He ran all over our second and third team defense. And that is so unfortunate. He would have found himself on the field this year. Like, he was running the ball well, for sure. Damn, practice injuries. So unfortunate. Oh, I didn't think they were going to. Yeah, so unfortunate. Bring it back. Bring it back. Yeah, even somewhere like that, like, that's why I know a lot of people are like 50-50 on what the new kickoff rule is going to look like, but I'm kind of interested to see what that's going to eventually turn into. Like, who's going to have the best strategy for it. Like, what's going to be the best strategy for it? Is it going to be like put an offensive lineman out there, put in like quick and strong safeties, or linebackers out there? Who's like going to be the best return man? Because I don't know if having the fast return man is going to be the best. You want someone who's shifty back there, who can hit holes, like all of that stuff. I'm kind of interested to see what this is going to turn into, the new kickoff rules. But him, I feel like the way I imagine it, the new kickoff rules and stuff like that, I could imagine him being someone who is dynamic in the kickoff return. So it was tough to get a read. I'm gonna say no, he didn't, but it was tough to get a read on our running backs because our offensive line 2 and 3 did not block well at all. Like, he had one pretty solid run, but all of his other runs were like he was getting hit in the backfield, either as he was getting the ball, right before he got the ball. Like, he didn't really have a chance to showcase him or Ray Davis. Neither one of them had a chance to really showcase their skill because of the way that the offensive line played. So that was a little bit annoying to see, for sure. And I feel like he might have had a negative play too, whether it was a fumble or a drop, but at that point the game was already over, well over. So, but yeah, hopefully against Carolina, they get to showcase No, we don't play Carolina. We play the Steelers. I'm sorry, we play the Steelers this week. I'm thinking game 3. Hopefully that they get to showcase a lot of their abilities more, because from the takeaways, there were some players who played okay. Like, there was a safety who played pretty decent. Williamson, I want to say his name is. But he also had he had some bonehead plays too. Like, that was the thing that I noticed last year. Like, we were undisciplined in preseason, and I feel like that kind of carried over into the season. So it was kind of similar this preseason too. Just some dumb bonehead plays. Like there was a, I know with him specifically, he was around the ball a lot, but there was a play where I want to say the receiver was running like a corner or something, and the quarterback threw it well out of bounds, and the receiver let up on the play, and he just comes in and just blasts the receiver, like dumb stuff like that. Like I'm looking at it, I'm like, what? In a sense, a play like that could like energize the defense, and it's like a penalty worth taking. But in a preseason game, like dumb penalty, stuff like that, just stupid penalties like that. Like what are you doing? Yes, Kendall Williamson. Yep, that's exactly who it is. The Yes, Bills. Him, he actually, so even with him, he had a play where very good penetration, but I think on that same exact play, like they gave up a huge pass down the field. So it was hard to, I think, in my opinion, play like it was hard to get an evaluation on some of those players. So you can give that up. That's fine. Yep, Kendall Williamson, exactly. Overall, I think he played pretty decent, but when I seen that, I don't know. I just feel like that was an unnecessary play for sure that he made on this that he made. But he was running the ball. I do remember seeing his name in them calling him a lot. I didn't know that. I knew that he was a wrestler. Um, Gable Stevenson, but I thought that he was a amateur wrestler. I didn't know he was in the WWE. That's pretty interesting. And and for him never to play football either. But I know he was an amateur. He was an amateur wrestler too. Gable Stevenson. He signed a 3-year deal. What? I'm surprised that they actually I'm not surprised because what's the name was a Sean McDermott was a wrestler too. He was an amateur wrestler too. So he might just be giving the guy a chance. Just because he was in the Olympics too. I want to say he was in the 20, what would have been, 2008 Tokyo. I think that was 2008. No, 2008 was Beijing. I'm sorry. Was Tokyo? Was that? I see when Tokyo was. He was in the Tokyo Olympics. I know. But yeah, they're gonna probably find a way to get him on special teams or something like that. But yeah, he was an Olympic gold medalist, and if he can get the football aspect of football down. I think they had him like inside too. I think they had him as like a defensive tackle. Like strength wise, I think that he'll be able to be strong enough to body up with any of the offensive linemen. I think it's going to be 2020. 2020, yep. I was way off with '08. I was thinking of the what's the name? I was thinking of the 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 Olympic video game Beijing '08. That's why I said '08. But I know that was one of the things they were talking about with him being in the Olympics, and it was Tokyo. Oh shoot, it was off. My bad. Good catch. I have to go back to what I was saying now. What I was saying was, I remember seeing um him play. He played a little bit in the preseason. I want to say he might have got hurt, but I was just going through the players who I remember seeing their names. Who's I feel like don't we have a Carter? I feel like he made a couple plays from what I remember. Good penetration in the backfield. He was one of the, like certain players' names I just remember hearing constantly. Kendall Williams. Remember seeing and hearing his name. Let's see, tight end. It's pretty interesting to see. He probably see him as a three tight end, possibly. Let's see. Actually, he probably might be pretty decent at tight end. Looking at, I'm about to see. What is his blocking? Like, if I was to move him, it probably would be his run blocking. Run blocking that's not bad. 55, not great, but it's not bad either. Let's check him out at tight end. Puts him as the third receiver, at third tight end. We have two good tight ends, so I'm not surprised. That's not. Yeah, he's a good size. So if let's see, if someone did want to put him at tight end and develop him here, 26. So he is on the I guess a downhill of his progression, we'll say in quotations, but I still think that you can still develop him into a real good player and a real good tight end. He's not 30 yet, so I don't even think his progression will go too crazy or too low. Like shoot, he's damn near on par in terms of skill wise with Dawson Knox. Like route running, better route runner, better catching traffic. So probably I'm guessing I'm gonna check him next. Probably the difference is the blocking. It has to be because they literally look like identical players. Yep, I knew that's what it had to be. The blocking is what separates these two. Maybe the awareness. Awareness is another reason why it will go way up. No, not even. So I don't know. Sometimes I do wonder about these Madden ratings too, though. Like it's hard for me to believe that Dawson Knox is more agile than Claypool, but you never know. I guess possibly, but I wonder. Goodbrick, yeah. So yeah, he would be someone good to put at tight end. Let's go to Bryant. Oh, but before, what I was saying before my mic was off, I was saying that Evans, I saw him have a couple good runs. Davis, he didn't really have a chance to display his talent. He did run somebody over though. He definitely ran somebody over, but it was like for like 1 yard or whatever. Gore, he ran okay, but the offensive line didn't help him out. Let's go to Commanders. I kind of be able to looking at Claypool's stats, we'll probably be able to tell too a little bit. What it looks like at route running. Route running is pretty solid for tight end. Good catching traffic. Spec catch, that's still good. Really good jumps, so you can throw some jump balls to him. Let's see what his blocking looks like. So yeah, it looks like this. Looking at his stats, the only thing that I would worry about is his weight. But other than that, and blocking isn't great. So what is he at? He's gonna jump up too. Let's see, 68. Like I can see him probably jumping to that second tight end spot. I would not be surprised at all. He's just a little bit smaller. Oh no, He's at the third tight end spot. What is it? Awareness? What is it? Yep, I knew. Like certain, looking at certain ratings, I can tell automatically what it is just by looking at his skills. Like he has really good skills, so it had to be his awareness. What would have dropped him? And his awareness is only low because he hasn't played in years. So that's the way that they compensated for it. But yeah, I think that, what is he? 32. Yeah, so he probably wouldn't be worth developing, but you definitely could if you had like some three tight end sets or some situations where you could put him in there, or maybe even he's 22 though. So, but I guess it would depend. I guess it would depend on if you did play with them, how you can utilize him, because because players like this who are um in that 69 range, who have like talent and skills, you can still find a way on the roster as a user. Obviously, Madden doesn't view these players as like important or talented because they just see 69 overall, 32 years old. They don't really like look at anything else other than that. So, I'm gonna go over to Titans. Oh, you said Jamal. Say Jamal Adams. Yeah, I think for him, he's kind of had like a unfortunate career. I thought that he was gonna be like at eventually one of the top safeties in the league, but I think injuries has been what's been the thing that's been holding him back. Let me see. Had to grab a little bit of water. All right, you said. Race. Let's look. Chargers. Yep, there he is. Let's look at this guy. Where he fits. I actually played a game with them. It's interesting how um oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, he had a I feel like he had a day against somebody at USC. I can't remember what game that was. I remember he had like he had himself a day. Well, I was gonna say when I did play with the Chargers, it's interesting to see what players they had starting. Like I remember he's a starter. He's a starter. He's a starter. And I want to say Davis are the starters. I didn't even know that DJ Chark played for them. These two. Disley, didn't see him. Remember seeing Dobbins. Return man. Gus Edwards. It's interesting running with him. He's like, but yeah, again, this is all I wonder what this is gonna look like in a couple weeks for sure, or in a week or whenever they do the update, because they had him like as the featured back, which he's gonna be, but he's not gonna. I don't think he's gonna be their third down back too. That'd be pretty interesting. Let's see about him. Real quick. Yeah, I haven't really looked through the rosters and stuff yet. It's crazy to think Michael Hyde's still. Oh wait, I feel like this isn't all updated, right? Some of these players do have teams, or am I tripping? Don't aren't some of these players didn't they get signed? Kurt's still in here. Wow, that is crazy. I At the beginning of free agency, I thought we were gonna pick him up actually, Simmons, but I guess not. Wow, but that's so crazy. It's crazy to see some of these players. Just to think back, like years ago, you would have never thought to see these players in free agency now. Hmm, that'd be a crazy duo if he signed there with Bates. Straight McKinnon. He said, "Let me see. Let's check out this other guy, Jackson." Was it? Is he on a team now? Am I tripping? Oh, okay. I thought he was running back. Oh, him. Yeah. I, I don't know. I don't know. I thought I read that wrong for sure. Oh, you're saying if you move him to running back, he's a decent running back. My bad. Was that what you were saying? Good spin move, good juke move, good carry. I was thinking USC too. I was thinking that. Mm. Let's see. We'll just sign him real quick. See what happens when we do this. Again, he looks like he'd be pretty decent. He's not a trucking max, so that doesn't really matter. But good break tackle, good awareness, change of directions, really good. Good ball carrier vision, which is another rating that will really boost up your stats. Stiff arm doesn't matter. Decent spin move. As you see, a lot of his skills are better than the running backs we have now. So if I had to guess, let me see. Oh no, it shows it. Oh no, it doesn't. If I had to guess, 60, 30, I'm tripping. I'm thinking that I already moved him to running back. That he has better stats than the cornerbacks and stuff. I was thinking like we have our running back stats are real low, but he has to be at least in the 80s. Yeah, that's what I was gonna guess. Let's see how he compares to running back. So, break tackle, whatever. Real good change of direction. Better ball carrier vision than anybody. Stiff arm, whatever. Spin move. Up there. He's a cornerback, so he's gonna have some pretty decent jumping. Carry. It's carries carry, whatever. Good catch. Route running. Decent enough. He's not gonna, you don't really need him running deep routes, like stuff like that, ins and outs out in the backfield, and catching traffic. So yeah, I feel like the only thing with him is his age. But yeah, definitely not bad for a corner. But if he was a little bit younger, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to develop him into a pretty decent running back if that was something that you wanted to do. I wish there was a way for Madden to be able to utilize and know stuff like that, but I don't think that for offline only, because I think it'd be pretty ridiculous to have like some of this online to have like certain players play both ways and stuff. But that's a long shot, I know, to have certain players who can play both ways um be able to do so on Madden. I think it would be so cool though if they were able to do it. But yeah, I know that's a long shot. A lot of the players, they played both ways in like in high school and stuff. So they just don't. They obviously don't match the stats up, or they played two positions and stuff. But obviously, one they were more dominant in. Okay, we'll probably run one more game. Obviously, shorter. Any what teams? Yes, I think Travis Hunter. Depending on what, I don't know. He's gonna be interesting. I don't. I think that he could possibly play both, but I don't know if a team's gonna let him for that many games. I feel like that would be a lot. That's a lot of snaps. I think eventually they're gonna probably have him have to pick one, but I think that if there was one player who could do it, he would be able to do it because he's a very good receiver, and he is a very good corner too. So he would be the first to be able to do it. So yeah, I'll play one more. Any suggestions for teams I should run? Jets. Jets. I'll play. I want to say I played against them. They're pretty decent actually. Who are we playing with the Jets? This is one of the teams that like I didn't ever. I probably will start. I'll probably start streaming the games, but me and my cousin, late night would usually play a couple games of Madden 24. And this is one of the teams I use usually against because since he's from Buffalo too. Okay, yeah, that's actually a pretty decent matchup. Since he okay, yeah, I give it to. I see what they're doing. Use the all white color rush, but I think they have a new color rush jersey too, if I'm not mistaken. The black ones. I feel like I've seen that. So we'll do this under the lights. But this is one of the teams that I would use against him because he plays with Buffalo too, because he's from here. I'll just run 5 minutes random commentary, or we'll go this. Then we'll go with the other new commentary team. But yeah, they have a really good defense. Aaron Rodgers is pretty decent on here. Nice fast release. Got some weapons. Good running back. So I don't know, man. We'll see how We'll see how if he can stay healthy this year. That's what I can believe it. Yeah, I haven't jumped into. Usually with my franchise mode, every year I always sim up 30 years just to see what the league will look like and how the draft picks will come out. I like to get an idea of um what how do I want to put it. So the reason why I like to do it is because I like to know how the game is gonna rate certain players. Like what are the max? What are like the max caps for all the players? Let's see. Just said. Right, right. There it is. But yeah, every year I always sim up 30 years, or not 30 years. It'd probably be more like 25 because 30 year. I think it's only 30 year. It's only 30 years that you can play. I didn't mean to say 30. I meant to say 20 years. I always skip up 20 years or so until all the real NFL players are gone, and I like to see what the league looks like. I like to get an idea of how do I want to put it? Like what are the like I was saying, like what are the max caps for everything? Like what is the fastest quarterback that the auto gen draft classes are gonna make? What is the strongest quarterback that they're gonna auto generate? So all of that stuff. You actually stuck with him. Wow. Who is I had a oh my gosh, I had a team in one of mine that became it was two teams. It was one team that won like three in a row, and there was another team. I want to actually say it was the Packers. I want to say the Packers in one of my dynasties. They made it to the Super Bowl like four times, and they three or four times, and they couldn't win. Cause I remember thinking like, damn, that was like the Bills in the '90s, but they ended up they had like a Super Bowl, um not Super Bowl, I'm sorry, they had like an MVP quarterback for that time frame. He won the MVP a couple times. One of the times they went to the Super Bowl, the other time they didn't make it to the Super Bowl, but he still won MVP. And they did end up winning a Super Bowl, but it wasn't in that time frame for when they were like going back to back to back like that. And it was like a weird team who ended up being a dynasty in mine too. Yeah, that would be a crazy Super Bowl for sure. I wonder how many Jets fans would. I wonder how Aaron Rodgers would be how he would be received. I meant to say Packers fans. I wonder how many Packers fans would like how he would be received. Would he be like booed? Would it be like a respect thing, like because everything that he did there? Interesting. Yeah, that now this is one thing that I wonder if sliders. Or I hope that they fix this because they do this a good amount where they just throw right to the defense and stuff. He just dropped it, or if I user this, he would have caught it. Like no quarterback's just gonna like throw right to the defense like this. Or if he does make this throw, he's not going to put. He's not going to use that. He's not going. He's going to use a little bit more touch to get it over the safety, or he's going to try to throw it in front. I have to check and see why the quarterback should do that. That was something I noticed in the beta too. Like he could have did that. He could have made that same throw in that last throw. Man City Green Bay this year. Nice. You plan on going to the draft? I feel like that would be one thing that would be eventually on the bucket list to go to the draft. Even though it's preseason, I would want to do the Hall of Fame game. I think that'd be pretty interesting too. Go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame game, and go to the Hall of Fame game. Yeah, for sure. Have you I don't know if I asked you this. Have you ever been to any Packers games, or do you go, or would you go? For Hall of Fame. Yeah, now that'd be interesting. His Hall of Fame speech should be interesting. Good defense. Let's go. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's nice. Nice for sure. I think I've only been to one Bills game so far. It was an interesting experience. It was against the Denver Broncos, like probably not three, probably 5 or 6 years ago now. And we were on the what the heck? We were on the away. We were in the end zone away side. There's obviously still Bills fans over there, but I think we sat near when Trevor Siemian was there. I think we sat near his family. There was we were right around like a ton of Trevor Siemian jerseys. What do you think would be a surprise playoff team? Interesting question. Surprise playoff team. Well, I don't know if it's going to be much of a surprise, but I think that Atlanta, I can see them having a pretty decent season. And let me think of some other teams I think that are going to be pretty decent. But I mean, I don't know if Atlanta's really going to be a surprise. I don't, how would I put it? I don't know if they're necessarily going to be a surprise in terms of making the playoffs, but I think that if they're gonna surprise a lot of people by the way how well that they played this year. I think in terms of their division games, that necessarily might not be a surprise them, but I think that they're gonna play. I think they're gonna play well this year. trying to think of some other teams. Yeah, I can see the Commanders. That's gonna. Yeah, I was trying to think of a team from that. That's like the that division I was thinking of too. I think obviously Philly is gonna be the top of that division, and I don't know. I just don't believe in Daniel Jones, so I don't know about them. The that's on me. I don't know about the Giants. So another team's gonna have to emerge from that division. We can get this for. Who else? I'm trying to think of another team. Like I think that I'm looking through Houston. I think they're gonna obviously be, but I don't think that Houston's not really a surprise though. I think they're gonna be pretty. I would not be surprised about that. I don't know if Dion would want him to go there because he's trying to make it seem like that he didn't want Travis Kelsey or Shador to go to certain places. Yeah, yeah, I thought about them too. The Bears was another team I thought about for sure. I don't know about in the AFC. I was looking for an AFC team. I don't know, like with the AFC, it's like a lot of the teams are maybe the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals might shock some people. I think the Cardinals might be another team that might shock some Colts. Yeah, yes, Colts. Yep. I forgot about them. Like I look through some of these teams. Like I think it's just a lot of it's going to depend on the play of the quarterback. Like like I could say like you could say Carolina, but does Bryce Young does he take that next step? I don't know. Like they can be a sneaky team. Like you just never know with the NFC South. Like that's the one division where in like 4 years straight you can have four different winners. Like that's like one of the divisions where there's not really like that one team. Um, there's not in the NFC South. There's not like that one team that usually just dominates. Like it's usually like maybe like a time frame where that team is good, but like the Saints with Drew Brees for a little bit of time. Like then it'll be like Cam Newton and the Panthers for a little bit of time, and you had like Tampa for that little bit. Like it's always just like a time frame. Like Tom Brady in Tampa. Then it was like Matt Ryan and Atlanta. Like just never like a division like how it was when Tom Brady was in the AFC East. It's like, well, we know the Patriots are probably going to win the division. I don't know, the Jets. No, that's the thing with that. The NFC, I mean the AFC East, our division now. I don't know, man. I feel like all the teams outside of New England. Like I felt like this last year too. Like I felt like all the teams in the AFC East, like any one of those teams could break out and be really good. Like I mean, we ended up winning division last year, but it wasn't like convincingly though. Like it wasn't like, well, we knew that they were going to win. Like the Jets, with the way that their defense plays, that alone will help them get into the playoffs. Like that's a team that if they make it in, you probably don't want to see that team because that's when the playoffs is when the defense is really get to really show out because you get to really game plan against your opponent and stuff. So Let's see, who else do we have here? I don't know, maybe again, depending on how um Sam Darnold plays, maybe Minnesota can be thrown into a sneaky good team. Um who else? I think a team like Cleveland, that could be another team. Well, I think it's all yeah, Chargers. I don't know if it's going to be next year, but within the next few years, yeah, they're going to be a team up there. It might even be this year, but definitely by next year or within the next few years. I'm kind of interested to see what the Broncos they're going to do. Like some of these teams, some of these like a team like the Steelers, if they can find themselves a quarterback, they might be pretty decent. Titans, that'll be an interesting team. Like there's some interesting teams that it's just gonna just be dependent on the quarterback play, for sure. Like I don't know, is Will Levis their guy, or if you guys not got another ball and not intercepted? Let's see. That's my fault. Until you said. We'll see. I don't know with Deshaun Watson. I don't even know if it's necessarily Deshaun Watson. It's just something with Browns quarterbacks that has not been good. That's my fault again. Something with Browns quarterbacks, man. I don't know. It just have not worked out. But I do hope that he can revive his career because even the Browns last year, their defense alone and their defense and Joe Flacco, like was able to win them games. So if he's able to like even become a shell of what he was in Houston, they'll be, I don't know, they'll be pretty decent. All right, let's get some offense going here. Looks like we right. And even and it's crazy because he's like not how do I want to put it? Like he's not a quarterback that's he's like a quarterback that's gonna win you games. I'll say he's not. I don't even when he was in Baltimore, like he's like another quarterback that I would put in that like middle of the couch. I mean, I'm looking at couch, maybe on the couch picking it. That's crazy, but he's another one of those like middle of the middle of the league quarterbacks. He was probably more toward the top, but I'll put him like with the Matt Ryan's. He was above, I feel, a Ryan Tannehill, but like in that like roundabout range still though. But he did what he had to do to win himself a Super Bowl. So maybe Alex Smith, like yeah, around there. Like I put them all like in that roundabout range. I think that he was able to, but he was able to compete with we put that I'm surprised he got a step on Jair there. I would have had to put that elsewhere. But yeah, he was probably always in that mid range for me. We'll kick this. Yeah, for sure. Philip Rivers. He was more toward the and he's like what he was more like he was I don't know, he was like a weird quarterback to me because he I wouldn't say he was definitely more toward the top. All right, let me focus on this of the league when he was playing, but he was never like I don't think if anyone ever thought of him as like a top tier quarterback. Like I think that he was a tier under the top tier quarterbacks. Right. Yes, exactly. I don't think anyone would have ever thought that at the beginning of the careers in terms of like being drafted in talent, he would have had less Super Bowls than Eli Manning. Because talent wise, he was a lot better than Eli Manning, but Eli Manning got it done and got himself 2 Super Bowls. But if you can put a fun fact time, let's go. Ready for this. But if you can put a good defense around a decent quarterback, that's all you really need sometimes. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here we go. 36. See? But then I like this, man. Sometimes you get these plays too. You get the plays where the quarterback throws it right at the defense, but then you also get the plays where they challenge you downfield. 'Cause I think that was one of the things back in the day. I feel like the quarterbacks would always check down, always look for the first receiver open. They wouldn't look for those matchups like that. All right, now we can. Some of this is practice for my franchise too, like how I want to handle these situations. I think third and short, I want to go tight man coverage, just in case. Oh, well, that's Josh Jacobs right there for you. Right, I didn't know that. Actually, that is a fun fact. I wonder if he had say. 'Cause I know. I wonder if he had say in not wanting to move, so he could like be one of the players who was able to like stay at um at the team that drafted him for his whole year for his whole career. That's like super rare now. You don't really see that too often. Like depending on the situation and scenario, a lot of the time you'll see quarterbacks who want to chase that last ring or who don't want to do that. So that's one thing I will commend him for. Because I know at one point it was a big deal for him to. Wow, he just like ran the whole defense over, ran through the whole defense. But I know for him it was a big thing for him to. He had like a consecutive starting game streak. Larry Fitzgerald was like that because he had a chance to play for New England, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say he did, or it was either that or that was in my It was either that or that was in my Madden franchise. But I want to say he had a chance to play for New England, Larry Fitzgerald, but he turned it down. Um, in the Eli Manning, he had a starting a game started streak that was like real important to him. Calvin Johnson, yeah, his situation was unfortunate. I feel that if he was on a better team or a team that invested in winning at that time, like if he was a part of this Lions team, because I know he was dealing with like injuries at the time, but I don't think it was worth it because at that time the Lions weren't really looking to win. I feel like I think that he liked playing with Matt Stafford, and um, but as a team, nah, I don't think that he was really rocking with that. No, I feel like if you're like the best player on the team for all that time, it would be hard for someone to year in and year out be seen as one of the best players in the league, but your team is horrible. Wow, that's crazy. And you know what? The Viking, if it was a team that Larry Fitzgerald would have went to, I can see the Vikings being it because he was a ball boy there. So we're gonna throw that away. When he was younger, he was a ball boy there. So, but that's interesting though. I didn't know that either. The boy Ross with the fun facts. Nice. Tried it. That's all good. No flag. Put your hand down. Yeah, he did. That was actually I was on X today or Twitter, and that was there's a what's it called? A thread about that. Who had who had better hands than Larry Fitzgerald's? Yeah, he was another quarter. He was I'm not quarterback. He was another receiver who didn't have a consistent quarterback. I know for a little bit of time he had Kurt Warner, but that was well past his prime though. When they went to the Super Bowl, but they had a little offense too. Him and Anquan Bolden. I want to say J.J. Arrington was probably the running back around that time, if I'm not mistaken. So I just don't think that they didn't invest in a quarterback for him. They had like Matt Leinart and like up like players like that. Like I don't think they didn't um really invest in a quarterback for Larry Fitzgerald. Don't let him. We pushed him back. I'm about to say, don't let him get that. The wide receiver. I feel like when I see certain players' sons, I feel like I'm getting so old. Like I remember when Jerry Rice Jr. was in college, and now like his younger son is in the NFL now. It's so crazy. Joe Montana, I remember when his son was in college. They both, him and Jerry Rice's son at one point, they both played at Notre Dame for a little bit. There was somebody else's son I just saw too, a junior, when I was playing in I can't remember what team it was, and it was and I didn't look to see if that was him. He plays for what team does this dude play for? I just was playing for him with them in NCAA, and whatever. I have to think about it. But whatever team it was a team where it's like, oh, like I won't forget that this person played there. I don't know if it was like it was like Appalachian State or Kennesaw State. It was like a team like that, a team that you like couldn't forget. Now, Chris, I didn't know if that was actually his son or he just happened to. Come on, guys, we dropping passes. I didn't know if that was actually his son or was it another Chris Johnson? When I looked it up, because Chris Johnson does have sons that play college football. I just don't know if that was him, if that's his son. It just, and if it is, that's crazy. Like, you, um, your dad, you play running back just like your dad, fast just like your dad. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, Chris Johnson does have two sons that play college football, if I'm not mistaken. I just don't know if that Chris Johnson is his son or not. He might be, might not be. Wasn't 100% sure on that. But yeah, I've played against him a few times online. Very annoying. People just line him up at receiver and put him on streaks every play. Chad Johnson's son, Arizona State. Wow, it's just crazy to like hear this. Nope, wasn't Arizona State. Dang, whose son was? After this. I'm gonna have to like check and see who it is after this game. I was like, oh shoot, that's his son. He's a wide. He's a wide. Whoever it is, he's a wide receiver. Like once I like look through the teams, I'll like remember who it is too. But yeah, it's so interesting to see like these players who I've watched grow up that their sons are like now in college football. And whoever it was, I know that I didn't check to see who it is, who his son is, but I like know it's his son. It's like a name where it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely his son. Like it would be like the equivalent of seeing like Favre Jr. Like of course that's gotta be Brett Favre's son. It was something like that. It wasn't obviously wasn't Brett Favre's son, but it was a name that was like that. Whoever this player is. Like, I had a feeling that was going to happen, but I thought I could fit it in there because it was Aaron Rodgers. Alright, we actually got to kind of like lock in a little bit. Ooh. I cannot remember, but I played with them earlier today. They're a tier 5 team. I can't remember what team it is though. Who did I play with? It was like yeah, I can't even remember, man. It'll come to me though. Once I like look through the teams, I'll definitely remember who it was. Tier 5 team, passing team. I remember it was a passing team too. They run the air raid. They have like an air raid style of offense. What was another thing I remembered about them? They didn't have whatever team this was. They didn't. Yeah, I've seen him. He didn't. He played all of the Panthers snaps if I'm not mistaken. I want to say he went to Arizona State for a little bit too, or Arizona. He went to one of them. But whoever this is, I remember They had no speed options in the playbook, whatever team this is. And I was like, yo, what is this? That's one of it's one of my main staples when I'm in the red zone, and I had to like do something else with this team. Purdue, Cali, Louisville. Was it Louisville? They're not tier 5, but it might have been Louisville because I did play with them. Not Purdue or Cali. I know it wasn't either one of them. Maybe Louisville. Was it Louisville? Yeah, he must. She must have transferred there. I want to say he played at Arizona State too. I might have transferred there after after the what's I want to say after like a player transfers one time, like I kind of lose track of of it all. Like a lot of um Arizona high school. Oh, okay. I just start to lose track of where players go. Oh my! I didn't even realize that. I wouldn't have called that if I knew that was the 2-point conversion play. All right, we just gotta get one more stop and end with a field goal. So, Jack Plummer, he didn't play at either of the Arizona schools in college. Am I tripping? I don't know. I thought he played at one of them in college. Just like his first. I thought it was Arizona, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like I remember him coming into the game, and I was like, "Yo, Plummer, that's probably dang, that is crazy." Wow. But yeah, I gotta check to see who that receiver was now. He was a skill position. I want to see his receiver. He started at Purdue. Oh, that's what you were saying. Started at Purdue. Okay. Purdue, what's it? Maybe I'm thinking Purdue. Wow. Come on, guys. Yeah. I remember he started as a quarterback, wasn't it? Didn't he go to Wisconsin? Luke? I feel like he started as a quarterback there, if I'm not mistaken. The reason why I know that is because there's a guy who does draft classes. I remember seeing him in his draft class a few years back. And I was like, I didn't know that the McCaffrey brother was a quarterback. I know he did. I know he did eventually become a wide receiver. Nebraska. That's where it was. I knew it was a red and white school. I'm getting all my schools mixed up. All right, one more stop, guys. Make the tackle. Oh, they don't label him out of bounds. I think that we just let it run. Jake Plummer. Okay, maybe I'm thinking of him then, who played at Arizona. I know there was some affiliation with Plumbers in Arizona. Oh, Oh, okay. I knew I wasn't tripping that there was a plumber there. I didn't know that it was him. I thought it was him though for defense. I remember, I remember seeing the name. I didn't know that there was another son, but I remember seeing the name when he came into the game because whoever the starting quarterback was for them got hurt, and it was like a deal when he came into the game. Jeez, I thought he was gonna. Then I just let him come back. What a way to like. I don't even know if I could end out like this, man. What the freak? That's dang. That's crazy. I would never have guessed that. I don't will. So is the player who played at Arizona, was that his son? I feel like the one who played at Arizona was his son then. Whoever names him must have just been a fan of Jake Plummer. It would have had to have been. But we couldn't break free on the crosser, bro. Like, yeah, that's game. Damn. That pick six hurt me at the end. I don't know. I can't go out on a loss now. I might gotta run one more. I know it's getting late though. Let me uh let me see. That's so crazy that they're not related. Okay, I'm about to check to see who this and if who I was talking about. One of the players. With, if there's a way, I would just go to NCAA. I mean, go to college football and check. But I think if I switch games, it's gonna shut the stream down. Wish there's a way I can just like go over there and check without shutting the stream down. Or shit, I might just shut the stream down and just run one more game at NCAA. I'm on PlayStation. This one, I just used the PS stream joint. I do have like a capture card, so I can get better quality. But It's not really in the same spot. Where I play the game at and where that is in two different spots. So, okay, I'll just do that then.